All right. Well, hello, everyone. It's Dr. Scott from Cornerstone Chiropractic Center, along with my wife, Nikki. And we want to go over some of the things that you guys have been asking me about here in the office. Um, we all know that as much as I can give some answers, often it's the woman of the house that makes the decision. So Nikki and I are doing this together, and it's just a good way to kind of get outside the four walls of the office. We have this banner behind us. We have it at the front desk. And a number of people have asked, what is that? Does it work? How do I get involved? And we have our friend here from North or South Dakota.
South.
You just told me a second ago, and I forgot.
Yes.
From South Dakota, Dr. Jess, who's part of the advisory board, the scientific advisory board for LifeVantage. And she's going to answer some questions for us, give us some insight to what it's all about and how effective it is. And Nikki, any
Hey,
thoughts?
yeah. Hey, Pam. Welcome. Welcome everyone. So I'm just going to go brief with what I have to say. I'm Dr. Scott's wife. I have been in the health and fitness world most of my life, actually. And becoming a mother kind of changes things. We moved across the country. So from Seattle, originally, we moved here 3 years ago. And personally, my routine was kind of kicked to the side. I didn't have a consistent anything until I decided to recommit to my health. And after a year of doing that and being on this beautiful network marketing, I have connected with people like Dr. Jess. And I originally was introduced to LifeVantage from former teammates of mine through Beachbody. It's called Body now, formerly Beachbody. People that I know and I love and I trust. And I started this system in October, but after a month it sold out. I mean, I was so impressed by how quickly it sold out. So I only got to experience 30 days. And fast forward to May of this year, I ordered again, and I wanted to give myself a full 12 weeks to really experience and give a good review to y'all about how powerful these activators are. I know that just and Walt and Dr. Jess can touch more on this, but coming from a chiropractic standpoint and the principles that we believe that health is expressed from the inside out, we it just aligned beautifully with LifeVantage. The more that we started to research and look into this company about your own body, like healing from the inside out on a cellular level, and what we all want. And me, just right now, I want to move into perimenopause, menopause as gracefully as I can. So, yeah, common things that I struggled with, probably maybe you've dealt with too, but I don't know how, even though they're, what do you say, even though they're common, doesn't mean they're normal. So, just I'm excited to hear Dr. Jess talk about uh, the benefits and inside and out with everything here.
Well, real quick, I'll say that you brought up a point as far as it's selling out. I know in chiropractic, there's quite a few techniques, and we always say if they didn't work, they'd phase themselves out of existence. And here with LifeVantage, they're selling out because they're working, right? And as a chiropractor doing this for 20 years, I've been approached with so many different things, right? And there's a few things that I've grasped onto because I trust the people that are presenting it to me, and I've seen results. And again, we want to get outside the four walls of our office. The best thing I can do is get people adjusted. But separate from that is creating a healthy lifestyle. I always tell people, you look at chiropractic, most people come to us for back pain, neck pain, headaches. Yes. But shifting that paradigm just a little bit to encompass lifestyle. Like, what does it mean to build healthy habits? What's it mean to make choices that promote health rather than most of America, which is frankly the opposite, right? And so we have found one, a trustworthy partner here with Dr. Jess, and then two, again, the results. And so that's essentially what I want you to speak about. Thank you for doing this for us. This is ultimately for our office and our people and our community here in Liberty Hill. That's growing immensely, by the way. And yeah, take it away if you would, please, Dr. Jess. Thank you.
Awesome. Um, it's so awesome to hear you guys' story too. So just a little bit about me. As Dr. Scott said, I'm from South Dakota. I'm married to a farmer. We have 5 kids from 6 to 18. We just had a graduate from kindergarten and high school in the same year. So that's an interesting spread. I've been practicing chiropractic for 17 years, and I have additional certifications in acupuncture and NAET. I've been with LifeVantage for eight years, the end of this month, and on the scientific advisory board for about a year and a half. And I'm absolutely humbled and honored to serve on that board and to be a part of this company and just a part of just being in the company of like-minded, life-minded people. It really does excite me, and it reminds me of passion to serve people. And remember when I was first introduced to this, I thought this would be a baggie that I threw away at the end of the week. And Dr. Scott mentioned that too. You know, you get introduced to so many things, and everyone wants you to look at their stuff. And it always came in this like cute little baggie. And I was like, does it have any research? And it was usually no. Or if it was yes, it was something done by the company and really nothing beyond that. And I would throw them away at the end of the week. And so all I knew about network marketing was to avoid it.
Yeah.
Literally all I knew about it. And when I saw what was here, the science that was here on our flagship product, Protandem NRF2, and actually looked at the studies, and it literally 8 years ago was a banker's box full of studies. I have it at my office. I printed every single study out and read them. I'm that kind of nerdy. I know it's weird. Not everyone is like that, but there's a ton of science to back up this flagship product. And when I saw it, I literally said to myself, wow, God, if this is real, I am going to help a lot of people with activation. And it is such a blessing to see what not only this does for people, but what this business does, because there is such a ripple effect. In my office, it's one-on-one, one by one. And just like Dr. Scott, I am so passionate about what I can do with a patient, with every patient. But with this, the impact that I'm able to make is so much bigger than I can one-on-one in the office. And so I am so grateful you're here. And here, and hopefully by the time you end listening to this, you have maybe had just a little bit of eye-opening of why we said yes, why we're here, and why they want you to hear about this as well. And I did have my own health transformation with the products as well. My hair was falling out. I couldn't lose weight no matter what I did. I would wake up from my alarm exhausted. And honestly, it was really just what I thought was normal for my age until I was activated and everything changed in my health. Waking up before my alarm went off, losing weight without trying. Within the first month, my hairstylist was noticing I had new growth all over my head that I hadn't had. Even in places that women have a hard time growing hair. My husband's anxiety and joint pain started to change. All of our family uses all of a variety of all of these products. So it's definitely more to me than just me telling you about something. We use it too. We're definitely a product of the products.
I think that's a good distinction too, where you said, I thought this was just normal. And words matter, right? Words
Yes.
matter. And like what Nikki said, I don't think it's normal. I think it's common. It's common, right?
Exactly.
Normal is healthy. Like your
Yes.
body's this God-given design right here is designed to be healthy and express health fully.
Yes.
If it's missing some pieces, right? There's really two things that can kind of lead you away from perfect health. One is you're either toxic in something that your body shouldn't have,
Yes.
or you're deficient in something that your body requires to express health. And again, in looking at this and kind of investigating more, we're creating this little boost with these additives that are just promoting from within, right?
Yes. Amen. And that is literally what we're here to talk about is activation. So why are you here? So I mean, there are the other sides of things, like where our current economy is, the rising of inflation, unaffordable housing. I mean, the statistics show most people cannot afford to own their own house coming out of college.
Mhm.
The toxic overload and rise of disease. Even people that are really trying to be health conscious are struggling. It's not just super easy where it's just like, okay, I want to be healthy and like today I am, it's definitely a process. And activation is literally using God's pharmacy to turn on God's pharmacy inside of ourselves. It's just that simple. Yeah. And we are the only activation company. We literally take something to make something. We take it to make it. So we empower our bodies to make the things that it once did quite well. The antioxidants, proteins, enzymes, things you need for better health. And when you share LifeVantage, you're also activating an opportunity with the ability to earn supplemental income. So supplements, typically what we see with supplements is we bring something to a cell it doesn't have enough of, or we help a cell get rid of something that's toxic to it. And with activation, we turn on a pathway within the body. We turn on something that has gone dormant so that it can express health as it was or was designed to do at one time. Yeah. So what is LifeVantage? Who is LifeVantage? We have visionary leadership. Our CEO was our CFO originally, so very numbers oriented, but he kind of saw what was coming before it came and evolved our compensation plan to offer an affiliate style where you can just gather customers that want to use product, or you can build a team here too with your traditional network marketing model. And it also built on using the leaders that are in the field building the business to help make decisions for the entire company. That is huge. As part of the scientific advisory board, there's a group of us who are practicing and are using these products in our practices, and they actually listen to us, what we're seeing, what's working, what there's a need for. And our product that you may have heard of, or maybe why you're here, the Mind Body GLP-1 system. I was part of the micro team in the creation of that product. So very, very cool there. Financially transparent. We're publicly traded on the NASDAQ. You can look us up there and see what's going on with our company. So stability, long-term stability. Our first study was published in 2003. It's 2025. We've been highly recognized, and we are also accredited by the Better Business Bureau as well. So the mind body system, you take it so the body can make GLP-1. It's a two-step system, 2 pills of the MB core and 4 scoops of the MB enhanced powder. And this helps to create a healthy relationship, create a healthy relationship with food. So what we see is decreasing cravings, control of appetite and hunger, a boost in your metabolism, better mood, more energy. Up to 25 pounds of weight loss in 12 weeks, with an average of 1 to 2 pounds lost per week, with zero muscle loss. Zero muscle loss. Our first study showed over 140% increase in GLP-1. And after that, because that study was so phenomenal and no natural product, or any product for that matter, could claim they increased GLP-1 by 140%, we did another study that showed over 200% increase in GLP-1. This is not your quick fix. This is your add-in to a healthy lifestyle. Your healthy weight loss journey can incorporate the GLP-1 hormone, using that hormone to balance what's going on inside of your body.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I really try to stress to people, because we live in such a I want it now society type of thing, right? And Principle number six in chiropractic, all healing takes time.
Yes.
All health takes time. You cut your arm, it takes time to heal. The buzzword right now, for the last 6 months to a year has been this GLP-1.
Hmm.
And I know there's certain pharmaceuticals out there, and I don't know if we're not, supposed to say them or not. I don't care. But ultimately, from what I've seen, number one, there's not something lab derived that, as far as that goes, that doesn't have a side effect, a pharmaceutical such as that, right?
Amen.
And we call them side effects because that actually has a lesser connotation than just saying effects, right?
Yes.
Oh, it's a side effect, like it's some kind of smaller happening. But separate from that is this muscle loss, right? And I was just reminded recently, of course I knew this, but like your heart is a muscle, right? And so you get this muscle loss, it doesn't exclude the heart, right? And so like there's some damage that can occur when you try the quick route.
Oh, for sure. And the reason why they named it mind body is
Yeah.
because the benefits are so much more than just weight. And
Yes.
and people have just heard of GLP-1 as that buzzword in relation to weight. And
Yeah.
do people have changes in pounds and inches? 100% body composition changes. But yeah, this is a long-term it's a long-term investment in you. It's creating healthy blood sugar. And what that does in the short term is beneficial, but what it does in the long term is massively beneficial.
Yeah.
um, the pictures, this I know her, she's married to a chiropractor, and look at her posture change with this system.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
just, it's so cool to see what happens when people activate their bodies, and also with a natural product, and without when you put something synthetic in, there's always those other things that you have to calculate as well. So where did we start? I like to remind people of this. Like I told you about my banker's box, it was all on this product. So where did we start? In 2003, we had one peer-reviewed published study that showed we could lower oxidative stress on average 40% in 30 days by taking one tablet of Protandim NRF2. At that time, no study had ever been proven to do that. And so in 2005, ABC did a primetime investigation on us. And John Quinones had a 45% reduction in his oxidative stress load in just 2 weeks. He still takes our product today, and that was in 2005. So you can imagine how profound what they thought was going to be a debunking of a claim actually became a really huge thing for us. So if you haven't seen that ABC primetime clip, if you let them know, they'll get it to you. It is, although it is old, it does show where we came from. And much of what was predicted in that video has now been proven in third-party research. So after this aired, there were major institutions and universities that started doing their own self-funded research on our product. That rarely happens for any natural product. And those studies are really what got me so excited and interested in what we have here. Washington State University said Protandim activation may well be the most extraordinary preventive and breakthrough in the history of medicine. There was a study done by Tecfidera, a drug company that created our Biogen. The drug is called Tecfidera. They did a study on their drug for MS, and they comparing it to Protandim, and found that Protandim was the most potent inducer of the NRF2 pathway, and that NRF2 activation provided protection to the oligodendrocyte, the basic cell of the nervous system. That study was so huge for me as a chiropractor looking for things to help people with their nervous system. There's a 10-year study done by the National Institute of Aging showing that we were the only product to extend lifespan on average 7%. I could keep going on just this product alone, and I hope that you can see how big of a deal it is to reduce oxidative stress. Oxidative stress is cell damage. It's aging in our cellular level. So when we activate Protandim, it's like sending out the garbage crew after a hurricane inside the cell to clean up all the yuck. That's what it's doing. Oxidative stress is free radicals that bounce off and cause damage inside of our cells. It's a normal process for us to create free radicals to some degree, but our ability to neutralize them has gone way down. And after the age of 40, that pathway gets really dim and dim and dimmer and dimmer. And so at any age, when you can activate that potential that's already built inside our cells, that's where the magic happens. And that's why this product is still relevant and valid even 20 some years later. So you take Protandim NRF2 and your body starts making antioxidants at a rate of 1 million every single second in a bell-shaped curve the way God designed us. So you can eat antioxidants, and you definitely should. We want you to do that. That's part of a healthy lifestyle. But you could not simply eat enough to do what this does inside of your cells. So this is absolutely a powerful, powerful tool to add to any regimen. You take it so that your body makes it. This combo, I like to, this is our Protandim NRF2 along with our liquid collagen. We call it our healthy glow stack. And this is like my chiropractic assistant. When I'm touching somebody's spine, I can tell you who has the healthy glow in them and who does not, because their collagen is a major part of every lining in our body. We think skin, hair, nails, and yes, we definitely see smoothing out wrinkles and strengthening of nails and fuller, thicker hair with this combo. And those are good things. Other than belittling that. But when you're a chiropractor, you want to see like, what does this do for the nervous system and the bones and the joints and the discs and the ligaments and the tendons and the fascia and the cartilage and the extracellular matrix? And how about the lining of every system, organ, brain, liver, intestines, stomach? When you take the two of these together, you get 100% increase in collagen density in just 8 weeks. And we have a study on this combo too that shows it decreases the stress response, the perpetuation of stress by 1/3 in that same time frame. And the improvement in the immune response indicated by the different pathways, the interleukins, NF-kappa B. There's a whole bit of science that goes with just this too. And I almost forgot to mention, Protandim has 7 US patents, and it also has international patents. What does a patent mean? The importance of a patent is it protects your recipe. That's one thing. But two, each patent has to show that by taking that synergistic blend, that you get a different outcome than if I just went and bought the ingredients and took them by myself. So having that many patents proves how many different ways that product does impact you. We also have a patent on this healthy glow stack and the study to back it up. So this, like I said, is the one thing, if I could get every patient on this, because their tissues are so different. They hold their adjustments longer. They have less discomfort, less aches and pains, that kind of stuff. It just starts to dissipate because the body is in such a better state to respond to whatever life throws at them. And I always tell everybody, if you're over 40, take a picture of your face, because in 30 days, it's usually about week 3 when people will text me and be like, what in the heck? Did I really look that different in that amount of time? And it really does start to show up quickly. These are my friend Maria's legs on the left and my friend Nancy's legs on the right. These are people I actually know. These are friends of mine. Sean Poe here. We can also activate other things, right? So because we had that 10-year study done by the National Institute of Aging, our current research and development team at that time created a skincare system to activate from the outside in. So we have inside out, but we also have outside in. And this is just one of those steps to our skincare system, the True Renew. This is clinically proven to tackle 11 visible signs of aging. It's like 11 anti-aging serums in one, and visibly firms and smooths skin in 21 days. It's performed better than retinol by one of the top dermatologists in the United States. That research she did on only this product, not taking our other products, just researching this by itself. Pretty cool. We also have a product called Axio. You take Axio and you start making brain messengers and energy. This allows the chemicals in your brain to attach to the appropriate receptors. I like to think of it like if you're throwing a dart and you hit the bullseye every single time, or if you don't have this, it's like having the squirrel brain, right? Like you go from one thing to the next thing to the next thing, and you're kind of hitting on target, but really have so many file folders open that you're not really present to what's going on in front of you. Axio, if you drink this every day for 30 days straight, I guarantee you will notice something different in your brain function. It activates mental clarity and focus, powers your brain and body, and supports a positive mood. Most people that are tired, like I was tired before I was activated, are tired because their brain is tired first, and that comes into your physical energy being tired. So that's Axio. And look at this, just 2 weeks on this little guy. It's so dramatically cool what you see happen in someone's brain when they have activation on board. So we take it to make it. We empower the body to make the antioxidants, proteins, peptides, enzymes, and things you need for better health. And when you share it, you can also activate that supplemental income with the opportunity. So these are our products, and I only touched on some of them, but I like to pop up this slide and just remind you that have you ever been shopping like on Amazon or anywhere and you buy something, and then when you check out, it says, well, since you bought that, you might also like this, right? Like I have. And are you ever surprised how accurate they are? Like they literally pick out things that you're like, yeah, I would totally like that. Well, that's a little bit what happens when you start shopping at our store. You start with something, and then pretty soon you realize, like, oh, they have that. And oh, yeah, I would like to activate that pathway in my body too. But really, what we're doing is looking to provide solutions to your problems. And there's a whole array of products that you can custom design to meet your healthcare needs. We have a skincare, hair care system. We have probiotics, microbiome health, probiotics, prebiotics, postbiotics, omegas, your basic minerals and vitamins, that kind of stuff. But we have our biggest and best thing are definitely our activators by far. And I explained that at the beginning. We need those pathways open. If we can open up the pathways, then when you supplement, you get a lot more out of that than if your pathways are not. Activation Nation is our community. And I like to remind people every company has a culture or a community that goes with it. And this is my first opportunity to be a part of a network marketed company. And I've heard a lot of negative things about other people's experiences. And what I've found is it is different here than what others have experienced. And this is one company, the culture is a huge part of staying for me. So evolve and earn. So that's our compensation plan. You can gather customers just sharing product, or you can build and grow a team, or you can also help to lead a movement and really make a bigger impact with what you're doing. So why affiliate marketing, or why social sharing? 70% of people look to buy on social media. Isn't that interesting? 83% of people actually trust word of mouth more than they do any other kind of advertising. In fact, we were on the shelves of places like GNC and Walgreens when we had just Protandim. And even though we had what was considered a medical breakthrough, no one was buying it. They were selling what averaged less than half a jar per store that was open. And they hired a marketing advisor, and he suggested they move to word of mouth sales. And honestly, this is a product that has a story that needs to be told. It's totally different than anything I had ever seen before this. And if there hadn't been science, it literally would have been a baggie I threw away at the end of my week, right? So when I see this word of mouth, literally it's word of mouth. There was a cardiologist on my team who did my first meeting. I knew nothing. I just, all I knew was this science was so incredible, but how to explain this to someone and anything about network marketing, I would just did not know what I was doing at that time. But that's where it is that trust. Were you going to say something there? Dr. Scott?
Yeah, you're just making me think of a bunch of things. There's, we're both chiropractors, and
Mhm.
Pam, you're on the call here. Your son's a chiropractor, right? And frankly, there are easier roads to make a living, right? Chiropractic is pushing a boulder uphill as you're trying to influence culture, and the cultural authority is medicine, right? And we're trying to tell people like health comes from within.
Yes.
And you know, I look at something like this and adding it to my business, if you will, and it's one of these things that yeah, it costs money, but I look at it as an investment rather than a cost, if you know what I mean. Too many people get towards the last years of life, and that's where all their money gets spent. I saw a stat somewhere that said 62% of bankruptcies are due to these medical bills that people that have insurance and such just can't afford things because it's over the price. And if they can do things that maybe cost money, chiropractic, Life Vantage, and such, during the younger years, if you will,
Mm-hmm.
that one can prolong life, but two, their quality of life improves, right? So when we get a little bit older, we can still travel, we can still play golf, we can still do all the things that we want to do, and be able to enjoy those years. I
Amen.
just think, yeah,
And that's a huge part of it too, is most people, I mean, statistics, you look at statistics, most people can't afford to retire. And if they can afford to, they don't have the health to actually enjoy their life in those years that are left to enjoy it. So there's a huge part of that being proactive, of investing in yourself now, and definitely against social norms, everything. I mean, my kids are, I mean, I've got almost four teenagers right now, right? They're in that thick of like, man, your family does weird stuff, you know, like they come to our house, and I mean, we've got our my red light therapy is sitting right in our living room, right by the TV. If they sit down to watch TV, they're turning on lights, and we've got a foot detox in the living room and an infrared sauna and our adjusting tables in the office. That's just how they grew up. They'll hear somebody complain about something and they're like, oh, let me get you an NRF2 and a probiotic, or maybe you need some Axio today. It's just different. You know, you need an adjustment. Like they'll just say, because it's what they think is normal.
I
Uh,
think it's cool because the beauty of life is that it's fair. If you start making better choices, you start discovering some different things. You take the opportunity to learn, and I mean, health is important to us, right? That if you start making those choices, they'll really show up as far as better health.
oh, for sure.
I
Uh,
love that you have a deep, did you say a detox bath?
yes.
Your feet? That sounds amazing. Send me the link, please.
Yeah.
Give
Just
it
come and hang
Well,
in my
and
living room,
that's
Nikki.
what we're here for, is like we want to really emphasize that we want to live vitalistically, but that comes from the inside out.
Oh,
There's no other
100%.
way.
Right?
And so it's okay that we're different. And it's okay
Yes.
that ultimately that's what we want to share. We want that for our family. We want to share that with our patients and our patients' families.
Yeah,
Like a whole home that's living their fullest potential.
yeah.
Amen. Okay, so this one just is basically talking. You don't need any fancy skills. I'm not a public speaker. I other than know you who are watching this recording, you literally need somebody to care enough about you to ask you to say, "Hey, I have something that might help you, or I have something you might be interested. Do you want to take a look?" And then you use your team to build this. This is not something you just do by yourself. We build this together to make a bigger impact. But there's no fancy skills, there's no drop shipping, no inventory. The inventory you purchase is the products you're putting in your body. And if you use the product, you have a story about what it's going to do. But the products otherwise ship directly from the company to the person that buys it. You control what you get, when you get it, what you want, all of that stuff. There's no invoicing, no ongoing expenses or overhead. Your website comes preloaded with with your name on it. So if you're just sharing product, you can earn up to 40% gathering customers. You can build or grow a team and earning up to 9 levels of commission. And then you can also lead a movement. And this, I'm in the what is considered the elite ranks of our company now. And so I qualify for these things too, where we call leadership match and leadership pool. Leadership match means I get a percentage of for helping all of my leaders become better. So there's incentive for you to help your team always. And then leadership pool means I earn a portion of what the entire company makes. So even if Walt and Nikki were not on my team, I can help other teams and it still helps the entire company. It creates an environment where everyone is out to help everyone else. It's not a like, oh, you're on someone else's team. I don't want to answer your question or I don't have time for you. It's really a culture where everyone is here to help everyone.
Well, I think for us, Nikki, as far as her part, is probably the more team builder type of thing. For me, just on a day to day in the office, like I just want to help people, right? I
Yes.
just want to be able to serve. I just want to be able to share. And I defer a lot. People ask me, what's that about? And I'm like, well, let's talk to Nikki or let's talk to Dr. Jess. And
Yes.
so, again, thank you for doing this video. And yeah, I appreciate it.
You're welcome. And then the other thing is activating adventure. I have traveled more on this company's dime than I've traveled at all. My
Mhm.
husband and I just got back from the South Africa executive destination trip, and it was seriously life, just incredibly like an incredible bucket list trip. 6 safaris, we did a skydiving type experience. It was so incredible. And we literally paid for nothing, you guys, absolutely nothing. And this Alaska incentive trip coming up in August, we paid more to bring our kids with us. And Growth Summit is an incredible experience where the company pours back into you. So hopefully you guys will be qualifying for that soon, so you can experience that. It was incredible too. And really, they're just developing you as a leader as you're going along with building your business. So to become a consultant, you enroll with a pack and subscribe with a stack. So you buy whatever product you want to use for yourself, and then you sign up. You would set up for whatever you want to get the following month. As a customer, you just purchase what you want to purchase. You see, we help you pick what works best for you and what you have going on. We help you solve your problems. So why LifeVantage? Why now? We have the compensation plan that works for all types of people, products that don't just supplement, they activate, and we're publicly traded with full transparency, and our activation nation is thriving. There's been a lot of companies, not just network marketing companies, but companies in general that have struggled with staying afloat. And that's one thing that I really like is just really the transparency and having something so unique, something that no one else has that is comparing. Like there's other GLP-1s on the market, but none that have the research, you guys. And that's an incredible important thing, is that we can see like, what did this do in cell lines, and what did this do in actual humans, and what is it doing in the entire company? And serving on that SAB, I get all of that information firsthand. So it really is a cool experience. So I just want to thank you all for coming and listening to this, and I encourage you to get back to Dr. Scott and Nikki and tell them where you're sitting. So I like to say you're in one of 3 places. You're either like thinking, I'm interested in some products, I need some help with where I want to go with that. Or 2, you're interested in the products, but you also want to look at this business a little bit more, have a conversation about that. Or 3, this really isn't for you, but you know somebody who may be interested. And that's really it. Just get back to them and let them know what you're thinking, and then they can serve and help you from there.
Yeah.
Anything you guys want to say to end?
Great.
No, that's great. Thank you so much.
Okay, I'm going to stop the recording quick.
Yeah.